You held one of the highest offices in Georgian politics and left it all over a broken promise to the citizens. Take us to that moment. How do you make a decision that could end your political career?
That is probably the one of the most difficult decisions to make, but this is really the core of why are we in politics. So what is the reason of being in politics? If reason for being in politics is serving for the good of your society and of your public, then any decision that you make is also dictated by that motive. And for me, being in politics, having integrity and having true sense of doing something good was very important. So the moment when I lost that sense, when I thought that party that I was belonging to was not serving the best interests of the people, this is when I realized that there was no my place in that particular party, and that for some period of time changed shifted my political career, but I don't see that as ended. So I see that it's a periodic challenge. It's certain challenging time. It's a bumpy road, but I believe that Georgia does have a democratic future, and I believe that people with integrity in politics who do not compromise on interests of own people, they will again have future in politics.
Okay, you have the big idea, the core of your work. You have dedicated your life to building a bridge between Georgia and Europe. For our audience, why it is so crucial for a country to enter its future in a strong democratic institutions rather than in charismatic leaders?
Well, first of all, this European integration has been and still is vital for Georgia, because Georgia is at crossroads of Europe and Asia, and Georgia has been for a very long period of time influenced by Russian Empire and then by Soviet Union. So only way for Georgia to have a dignified future is being with Western European democratic states. So we did put a lot of effort, decades of effort of bringing Georgia closer to Europe. Why? Because we wanted Georgians to have a decent life where rights are respected, people are respected, democracy really exists as a real thing. The only way to get there is to have really strong institutions, and building institutions is a consistent hard work. So this is not something that only comes. We have had charismatic leaders, we have had non-charismatic leaders. The only thing that really matters, I think, yes, charismatic leaders can have their value, but only thing that really builds up long-term consistency is investing a lot of hard work in building institutions. We did not manage to fully build that up. Unfortunately, we are on a very downward path right now. But this is something that is just absolutely necessary for Georgia in the future to have democracy and to have people's rights respected.
Now we see democracies under pressure worldwide. From your experience in such a complex region, what is the first warning sign that a democracy is beginning to erode?
That's a very good question. And there is a global trend of democratic backsliding. And number one worrying sign, is that when politicians or decision makers try to convince people that politics is not for regular citizens, that it's not for everyone. It's only for those people that require special knowledge, that require special skills, and decision making is only for decision makers. This is the first sign that something is going wrong. The next is taking over courts, judiciary, and independent justice. And after these two things happen, it's the same path everywhere. It's the same terrible path that all countries go in losing their democracy.
Wow. What advice would you give to a young person in Latin America who wants to enter politics? A young woman, first.
For example,
who wants to enter politics to make a change, but sees a system that seems corrupt and forever immovable?
Well, that's a very difficult advice to give anyone to be in part of politics, because being in politics requires, first of all, something inside, some desire to, like, real desire to be part of it, and it requires a lot of courage, but also stamina. So, being able to withstand or ignore an amount, like huge amount of hatred that especially is coming on women in politics. Especially women are target of this hatred. So whoever feels that its politics is something where they could succeed, or the way for them to achieve something good for their country, number one advice would be ignore haters. Just do not let them stop you from trying to achieve what you want to achieve.
Thank you, Tamar, very much.
Thank you.